Hi and welcome to my new video. I've been learning Japanese for quite a while now, over 4 years to be exact, and when I started I had no idea what I got myself into. There are some things that I'm well aware of now that I learned over the last 4 years that I didn't know before and I wish someone had told me. So today I'm here to share some of those things with you. First, kanji do get easier. I would say that once you pass the 500 threshold, once you have learned 500 kanji, the next kanji you learn will be a lot easier. In the beginning, kanji can be very overwhelming because it just seems like random scribbles. There seems no order or no patterns, and all the readings you have to learn scare a lot of learners off. With time though, you will learn that there actually are patterns and you will be able to recognize those patterns even in the most scariest kanji. On top of that, most kanji are actually pretty predictable in their pronunciation patterns, so once you have learned a certain amount, you can actually guess the reading of other kanji. Also, you do not need the 2k characters that they teach in Japanese high school to be functional. The real fun can already begin once you hit like 1k or even 800 characters. Obviously, at that point you will still see a lot of unknown characters and unknown words, but you will also see quite a few that you already know. Second, Hiragana and Katakana. At first, I didn't understand why we were drilled Hiragana and Katakana so much. We got homework every single day, and our teacher got pretty mad if we couldn't read something. But I understand now that those are the real basics of the Japanese language. Especially Hiragana, if you can't read it, you will reach your limits really quickly. Katakana, on the other hand, you should obviously be able to read them, but let me tell you, even at an advanced stage, you will still find words that you can read, but you have no idea what they're supposed to mean because of the weird pronunciation transfer from English or other languages into Japanese. Third, it takes time. Before I started learning, I had no idea how long it would take me to get fluent. If you watched my English journey video, then you know that it took me 10 years to get good at English. But for Japanese, I somehow had this expectation that I should be fluent way faster. This led to a lot of disappointment in especially the first year when I wanted to read a book, but I just couldn't read it because there were so many words and characters I didn't know yet. Or when I tried to talk to people and there were things I either couldn't figure out, I didn't know the words yet, I just couldn't understand them yet as I thought I could. In the following years, it was a constant up and down. One day feeling really good about my progress, the other day seeing something I didn't understand and suddenly feeling really bad about my progress. Progress is not linear, and compared to many other things, the process of learning a language takes a lot of time. Fourth, Japanese is extremely rewarding to learn. Even if you don't plan on becoming extremely proficient in the language, Japanese is still rewarding to learn. Compared to, let's say, Sweden or Norway, where a lot of people speak very good English and the entry level for you to talk to them in their native language is really high because they are very likely to just switch to English if they see you struggle. That is not a thing in Japan. For Japanese, this entry level is extremely low. This means that you can make use of your Japanese skills even after just a bit of studying, and you will be rewarded by experiencing the Japanese culture even at an early stage. Fifth, toxic community. The Japanese learner community can be extremely toxic, and out of all the language communities that I've been a part of, it's probably the community with the highest amount of toxicity. There is a lot of putting others down, people claiming that if you don't learn the language their way, then you might as well just not learn it, you will never be good at the language. And in general, the Japanese learner community seems to attract a lot of very extreme people with extreme opinions and extreme methods. Obviously, I'm not saying that that is everyone, but there is a lot of toxicity in the community that I just wasn't aware of before. Sixth, undeserved compliments. You are going to receive a lot of undeserved compliments on your language skill and your language learning. This is from both the people around you, your family and friends, who will say that you're so smart, you're so talented, even though it just is hard work. But also from Japanese natives that will compliment your perfect Japanese, even though you might have only just said a word. People in the Japanese learner community meme about it that basically whenever you say something in Japanese, you will certainly receive a "Oh, nihongo jouzu," which means your Japanese is so good, even if only you just said a word, or even if your Japanese really isn't. And I'm not saying to just ignore every single compliment ever that you receive from now on. Of course you will receive genuine compliments too. Just be careful to not get ahead of yourself. And that is all I have for now. Let me know down below in the comments what were some of the things that you learned that you didn't know before starting your language journey. If you like this video, consider giving it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video.